Wyatt Paxton never realized coming home could be as bittersweet as leaving. He climbed the wooded hill that overlooked Kerrville, his two younger brothers and their girlfriends behind him. After 4 years in college, he thought he'd be ready to become his father's manager at Paxton Trucking, and he thought he'd be over Orley Bates. He wasn't, and he wasn't. An oak branch dipped low in the pathway. Wyatt pulled it aside for the rest of the party. "When was the last time we boys came up here to our celebration point?" 2 years. His younger brother Adler passed him with a smile. He and Wyatt had inherited fair coloring from Daddy and their mother, a woman they only knew from photos. "I was celebrating heading off to college." "It was my high school graduation, Ad." Clay, the youngest brother, gave Adler a playful punch on the shoulder. His dark good looks hailed from Wyatt's stepmother and her Ramirez clan. "And the start of my servitude at the office now finished, hallelujah." Wyatt grinned at Clay, who would soon be studying medicine. All 3 sons had worked for Daddy for 2 years after high school to earn their tuition money. "Wait up, boys. Ellen's got a pebble in her shoe." For half a second, Wyatt noticed Clay's pretty blonde girlfriend fussing with her shoe, but then his gaze drifted to Orley, always to Orley, gentle and strong, and engaged to Adler. He gripped the rough branch. Adler and Orley had been together 7 years. They'd be married in August. When would it stop hurting? Ellen worked her shoe back on, and the ladies passed Wyatt. "Thanks, Wy." Orley smiled, her brown eyes sweeter than Mama's flan. Then the tall brunette darted to Adler, slipped her hand in his, and leaned against his shoulder, her sunny yellow dress swishing about her shapely knees. Wyatt released the branch and jogged to the head of the line. Better to have the lovebirds behind him than in front. Adler chuckled. "Always have to be first, don't you, Wy?" Wyatt's shoulders tensed. Adler should talk. From the moment he came out of the womb, he'd been nipping at Wyatt's heels, besting him in grades, in home runs, at Paxton Trucking, and stealing the woman he loved. He blew out a long breath. Not entirely true. Sure, Wyatt had met Orley first, but while he was working up the nerve to ask her out, Adler swooped in, never hesitating, never failing. Wyatt had to admit Adler and Orley were good together. He rounded the bend and stopped. He'd forgotten about the footbridge. A chasm cut through the side of the hill, spanned by an old 2x8. Rats! They'd never brought the ladies up here. "We don't have to cross this, do we?" Orley stared at the plank. She and Ellen wore fancy dresses and heels from Wyatt's college graduation party this afternoon. "You know, this is a good enough place right here." Wyatt swept his hand to the west. "Got a clear spot to roast our marshmallows, and we'll be able to see the sunset just fine." Adler snorted. "Good enough? Not when we got the best view in the Texas hill country up yonder." Orley gripped her hands in front of her stomach. "It doesn't look safe." "I'll go." Ellen gave Adler a saucy smile. "I'm not scared." "See, darlin'?" Adler lifted Orley's hands and kissed them. "Nothing to worry about. We've crossed this bridge hundreds of times." "But there's nothing to hold on to, and—" "Come on, darlin'. For me?" Wyatt's chest tightened. All his life, Adler got his way through charming people and cajoling them, and it wasn't right. Orley peered into the ravine, her forehead rippling. I don't want to. It doesn't look safe, and you know how clumsy I am." "You'll be fine. No reason to be scared. And wait until you see the view." Indignation burned in Wyatt's gut. Why wouldn't Adler listen to her? "The view's fine here. Don't push her to do something she doesn't want to." Adler dropped his fiancée's hands and stepped around her. His pale blue eyes narrowed at Wyatt. "Thought by now you'd have outgrown being a scaredy cat." Orley hugged his arm. "Adler." Wyatt's jaw jutted out. "Thought by now you'd have outgrown calling people names." "When it fits." "It's not being scared. It's being cautious, protecting people." "Hey!" Clay's nervous laugh filtered through. "We're supposed